Hello everyone, welcome once again to another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, the new and improved SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. You know, I should have really, now that I really think about it, probably should have saved the new and improved for the new year, but I started it the week of Christmas, as a matter of fact. So it's too late, I've already started it, and you can't go back on it now, so this is the new and improved SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses, and then they will compete in a three-legged sack race, and the winner of the three-legged sack race will be the winner. Doesn't get any simpler than that. That is a competition as old as time, almost. Pretty sure the cavemen were doing it back in their day, so that's just my opinion on the matter. All right. Two SoulsBorne bosses in a battle to the death. And over in one corner, we have Amygdala from Bloodborne. They made an appearance a few weeks ago on Battle to the Death. I can't remember who they fought off the top of my head, but I remember it being an intriguing fight, whoever their opponent was. Can't remember off the top of my head, but Amygdala is one of the great ones, literally. In Bloodborne, they are considered one of the great ones. So, yeah, they're definitely a tough opponent. So, yeah, this is, yeah. I don't know, there's just much more to say about that, you know. There's nothing wrong with picking the Amygdala in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. A formidable opponent, to say the least. Certainly a boss to be reckoned with, to be sure. All right, we are going to take this wheel for another spin. We are going to determine the opponent for the Amygdala in the three-legged sack race, or the Battle to the Death, whichever you prefer. I'm sure I know what one everyone would prefer, but, you know, I got to keep up the gimmick on the show, so, you know, I got to do what I got to do. You know, I hope you understand that. All right, the Amygdala in one corner, and in the other corner we have Ornstein and Smaug. Was that the fight? Was it No, it wasn't. Amygdala versus Ornstein and Smaug. No, you know what? I think I actually have the list behind me. Hold on a second. I'm going to take a look. I should be wearing my glasses, but I'm not. Give me 1 second. It was Amygdala versus Ornstein and Smaug. This is a rematch. You know what? We can't have that. I'm sorry. I gotta pick another opponent. I gotta bend the rules just a little bit, because we already did this one. It was Battle to the Death 28. So, yeah, this is a rematch. First time ever we have landed on that. Oh my goodness. Should I just start all over again? Should I just, like, wipe them both out and start over? Maybe I should. You know what? We're going to do something a little bit unorthodox here on the show. Oh, fuck. As I knock everything off of my desk. Did my fucking coin go missing? Is it on the floor? Should I have a fuck no and a fuck yes coin? Where is it? Alright, I can't find it, but I have a dime here. I'm going to flip a coin. Yes, we're going to start over from the very beginning, and no, we're just going to keep the Amygdala and pick a new opponent, Ornstein and Smaug. Alright, ready? Here we go. Yes, we're going to pick new opponents. It was heads. Right? That was what I chose, right? Okay, we're going to start all over again. We are going to start all over again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very sorry. I apologize. This is the first. This has never happened on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that this fate has fallen upon us here. Alright. We've already wasted enough time. I hope it was entertaining, though. Alright. Over in the red corner, we have... Oh, no! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We have landed on the greatest SoulsBorne competitor ever of all time. The one and the only. We have landed on the man, the myth, the legend, the showstopper, the main event. Making his debut on SoulsBorne. Battle to the death. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Bobby has made his appearance on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. I told you it was a new and improved SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. I made some changes, and here is one of them. I am here now. I am here. Alright, we got to take this wheel for another spin. We have to determine my opponent in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Wow, this is an episode of firsts, ladies and gentlemen. None of this has ever happened before. Ever. In SoulsBorne Battles to the Death. This is something else. I'm like... I don't know what I'm going to do with myself now. I mean, no matter what opponent we land on now, it's never happened before. So... Oh, unbelievable. Alright, here we go. In one corner, we have Bobby. And in the other corner, we have... Yorm the Giant. Well, there's two minds about this one. Well, as long as I have Storm Ruler, I'll be alright. But that's something I didn't really factor into these fights when I was figuring out SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, you know. I always looked at it as trying to look at the boss fights as evenly as possible. But, yeah, do I have Storm Ruler or not? I mean, I can always cheat and say I have them. I can always cheat and say I have 2 of them. But, I can always cheat and say I have 4 of them. 1 for each of my feet, too. I don't know how that would work, but... I mean, I could always do that. Wow. Bobby versus Yorm the Giant. Oh, boy. Do I have Sigurd on my side? Do I have Sigurd on my side? Because that would make things a lot easier. Oh, boy. Wow. This was certainly a interesting episode of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, and we are still contractually obligated to do bios. So, with that in mind, let us go to Bobby's bio. Oh, me. What is there to say about me? Alright, everything I'm about to tell you guys is 100% true, and I swear that on both my boys' lives. Okay? I am the youngest of 8 children, but I have never met my siblings. They all live in Thailand, where my mother was from. I suspect that when my mother and my father met, my dad was in the military. Well, I don't suspect that. I know that. My dad was in the military. But I suspect that when they met and fell in love in Thailand, that my mom was trying to escape her family life. I wish I could give you more details on that, but my mom didn't really want to talk about it. And then when my mom passed, I tried to get my Aunt Dang to talk about it, and she didn't want to talk about it either. So, so there was something going on there that I don't know about. 2 of my siblings, as far as I know, have passed away due to drug overdose. So That's about all I know about that. I had a pretty good childhood. I had good friends. There are some hiccups here and there that I think I've talked about in the past. I worked various jobs after I turned 18. Oh, I dropped out of school when I was 16. I don't recommend that, children. And I got my GED 12 years later. I worked at Walmart for 7 years before I had to leave after coming down with a vestibular condition called right unilateral vestibular hypofunction, which is basically my right eye, when I look to the right, it would shake and would throw off my entire balance system. I passed out cold at Walmart on Black Friday 2007? Question mark? Yes. 2007, had to be taken out in the ambulance. It wasn't Walmart's fault. I don't hold any grudges. It was my own fault, really. I worked a long time without a break. I could have taken a break whenever I wanted, and I didn't take one because I'd never done that on Black Friday in the past. And I did it to myself. So they tried to work with me every step of the way, and I had just gotten so sick it wasn't going to work out. That was the beginning of my 10 years of dealing with my health issues that I talked about in the past. Seeing doctors, neurologists, and all that nonsense. I have 2 boys, Christian and Aiden, that I talk about frequently on the show and the podcast and all that stuff. Christian is 21, Aiden is 16 now. I am with a beautiful woman that I spent 11 years trying to get back after I screwed things up. And she loves me, kind of, but, you know, we just basically plug on with our lives. I'm just kidding. I mean, I really don't know. Oh, as far as my fighting prowess, you know, because this is a battle to the death. I got jumped once by 3 people walking home from work. Saturday before Thanksgiving 2001. I got beat up pretty bad. Went back to work 2 days later. Thought about going to work the next day, but my mom... I mean, I decided I was going to call in anyway, but I mean, I was beaten up pretty bad. But I decided I was going to call in anyway, and when I called in, the manager that picked up, his name was Ken. He was a black British guy. He was very cool. But my mom had already gone to Walmart and told him what had happened, and Ken was basically like, "Don't even come in here. Don't even come in here. We will send you back home." So... But yeah, I showed up the day after, limping and holding my ribs. My face was all bruised up or whatever. And my philosophy on that was, I basically, if I stayed home, there'd be nothing to do for me but think about it, you know. So it's, yeah, that's basically the story of me. I don't, you know, I'm one of the best competitors ever in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, and that's because I say so. So I don't know what else to tell you. It's just, it is the way it is. I'm the man, so. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can say about that. So, once upon a time, Yorm was asked to lead a subjugated people who immediately responded by doubting him. Why would you doubt Yorm? Plus, Yorm's a giant. I mean, I think doubting him is jumping the gun just a little bit, but that's just me. The doubters were given a giant slaying sword in case they felt like they had any issues with him. It was to gain his trustworthiness. At some point, Yorm lost someone very dear to him, which made him forsake his great shield. And at another time, he became friends with Sigurd of Katarina, who, as we all know, is the man, the myth, and the legend. After he lost that someone dear to him, he notched his machete so he could adopt a more ferocious two-handed fighting style, as if fighting a giant wasn't ferocious enough. So eventually this unknown oracle comes around, and they form the Profane Flame, which is a flame that will never go out, and Yorm becomes a Lord of Cinder to put this flame to rest. People question his sincerity in doing so, becoming a Lord of Cinder to do this, for, you know, as opposed to rekindling the first flame, I guess. I suppose that's what they're questioning. Unfortunately, after Yorm became a Lord of Cinder, a hellish flame fell out of the sky and onto his city and killed all the human inhabitants. So, you ever seen the movie Basketball? It sure does seem to be raining shit on Yorm the Giant. This flame that fell out of the sky derived from both Dark and Abyss, and was actively seeking humanity when it came down, so this was definitely a setup. Yorm was just doomed to fail from the start, apparently. He gave his other Storm Ruler the giant killing sword to Sigurd, and made Sigurd promise to put an end to himself, Yorm, should he ever come back to life. So that was the promise that Sigurd was keeping to Yorm in Dark Souls 3. So yeah, Yorm is a bit of a gimmick boss. When you start the fight, you have to run all the way across the room to get Storm Ruler, and then you have to equip it, and then you have to fight Yorm with it. Hopefully you have Sigurd with you, makes the fight significantly easier. Although if you have watched my No Level Up run, not my No Estus run, you will realize that Sigurd can die during this if you're not quick enough, so, or if you don't fight well enough. So yeah, that was a very upsetting segment of my life when Sigurd died during the No Level Up run. But all went well during the No Estus run, so I guess that's all that matters. Yorm is a very tough opponent. Even with the giant killing swords, Yorm can be very tough. Especially when you don't know what you're doing. But I don't think I've ever tried to fight Yorm without Storm Ruler. Someday I may have to try that. But for right now, I just stick to the old tried and true. But yeah, Yorm is definitely no joke. Certainly a force to be reckoned with. And yeah, I would not want him standing across from me in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. And yet, Yorm is standing across from me in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Now, this is my show, and I can do whatever it is that I want to do. So I'm going to say that I have a Storm Ruler in each hand and one in my mouth, just like Zoro in One Piece. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think Yorm really stands a chance, quite frankly. I mean, I went through my fighting prowess and my bios, so, you know, I don't know what else there is to discuss. I don't know what anyone has to argue about. I don't know what the fuck anyone's problem is. Alright, I have a duty. I must preserve the integrity of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. And it should be pointed out that when I'm at work, you know, I keep a pen in my back pocket, and sometimes I can't pull that pen out of my back pocket without dropping it on the ground 5 times. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Yorm squashes me like a bug no matter how many Storm Rulers I have. No matter what kind of weapons I have, no matter what kind of friends I have, I'm pretty sure Yorm finishes the job on me. It's painful to admit, but I have to be fair here. I have to do the right thing. So, but if it ever comes down to me and Pinwheel, I'm taking that victory. I'm very sorry. So you all can protest all you want to, but it's just the way I feel, and that's just what I'm going to do. So you can dislike the video all you want, but the victory is mine to take. So, but that is just my opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. And with that, another episode of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death comes to a close. RobertBlanchardBooks.com if you're interested in reading a new fantasy series. It's called the Roar of a Dragon series, so check that out. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free if you choose to do so. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. And this Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the finale to the Sekiro No Healing Gourd run. I kind of rushed to the end. I ended up fighting Ishin, and what followed was 11 hours of just fighting this boss over and over and over again, over separate days. I think it ended up being 5 days. So yeah, I apologize for there not being a Sekiro video last week or the week before. The holiday season, and there was just a lot going on, and 11 hours of footage to sift through. I just couldn't. So, but it will be up this coming Monday, and it's probably going to be a triple length feature. So I hope everyone enjoys that. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life, but well, I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, go check that out. And SoulsBorne Battle to the Death right here Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single week. So come back for that. Like and subscribe, notifications, and all that junk. I love you guys. I appreciate your support very much. And I hope everyone has an outstanding week. Be well. Be well. Stay safe. I forgot my own line for a second that I stole from Silent Monster, but it's okay. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World. And you're all just living in it. See you live, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the silver medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.